all that stuff. Each country pretty much dictates what the requirements are. I mentioned before some of the more popular countries are Turkey. I think Malta is a big country for second citizenship. And the reason why those are big countries they're so popular is because they're part of the European Union. I believe they're part of the European Union. And then if you get a passport there, then you can go and work anywhere else in Europe, essentially. And if you're in Turkey or Malta, I think those are the two biggest countries. I think I saw recently that there's a couple of citizenships in Latvia and maybe New Zealand, I think. And then there's always all those countries where it kind of started in like the Caribbean, where they had St. Kitts and Nevis, maybe the Bahamas, all those countries down there that were part of the old the United Kingdom or the British colonies. Seems like all those old countries down there, they offer second citizenships, and they were the ones that were most kind of like popular, at least in the beginning anyway. And then finally, and I should have mentioned this 2 minutes ago, but the requirements that these countries set in place, sometimes they're not really they don't come from the state itself. A lot of times it comes from big countries like America or France or Germany or Australia. The big countries that oversee like kind of the world, kind of. I mean that's probably not the right way to say it, but like if you're in Malta, like the country of Malta, they get a lot of pressure from the United States and Canada as far as who they're letting getting a second citizenship. And so they put pressure on them to make these requirements very strict. Obviously, like the criminal background check. I mean, if you're France, you don't want a bunch of people getting a second citizenship in Malta, and then they can travel to France, basically, if they're criminals or whatever. So the requirements for these things, sometimes they have more to do with the countries kind of, on the periphery or whatever, kind of overseeing it, than they do actually the countries themselves. So that's a